So welcome again, everyone, to the FSC First 45th anniversary celebration. It's been a banner year, and there is so much to celebrate. Since 1978, FSC First has been there through all the challenges and the changes in our world, through economic upturns and downturns, world conflict and technological advances, and most recently, of course, a pandemic. FSC First has stayed committed to helping businesses and our community to thrive in all circumstances. And the results speak for themselves. The relationships that FSC First has built have helped generate millions, everybody say with millions of dollars in loan funding for small and underrepresented businesses. FSC First has made it possible for businesses to add hundreds of jobs to the community while supporting thousands more. And tonight we are shining a light on the FSC First vision and legacy and the partners, investors, and community stakeholders who have helped us get there. Now, before we introduce our first speaker, I would like to welcome the elected officials who are in the room. First, of course, I have a few remarks from Maryland State Delegate Darrell Barnes.
How's everyone doing? There we go. Listen, I believe we are here to celebrate 45 years. How's everybody doing? I believe that some of you all have received funding from FSC First. How's everybody doing? This is an organization that has been around for 45 years. For 45 years, they have been at the forefront in ensuring that small businesses have an opportunity to the American dream. 45 years. As I travel around the state of Maryland and I look at our small businesses, and as the former chairman of the Maryland Legislative Black Caucus, I've always been one that said that we must have more conversations centered around equity and inclusion. And in order for us to really have those conversations centered around equity and inclusion, we must start having the conversations on access to capital. And as I am in Annapolis, I see all the time other organizations and other people coming before the General Assembly asking for funding. And I see at that time that those companies that are coming for funding do not have the same agenda as we do. So in 2019, as the chairman of the Black Caucus, I instituted what is affectionately now known as the Maryland Black Agenda. The Maryland Black Agenda is promoting the fact that we must put more black people at the table, and more black people must have an opportunity for that American dream. In order for them to get a part of that American dream, we must have organizations like FSC First at the table to ensure that they have the resources that they need in order to make sure that you all get what you need. So I'm gonna try this one more time. How's everybody doing? So I'm not going to belabor the point because I know we have some outstanding speakers, but I would ask for Dawn and Dylan to come up to the stage quickly. And I asked these two to come up because you know, like Angie Rogers, I did come prepared with notes. But one of the things I learned from the Speaker of the House, she said, Delegate Barnes, sometimes you have to speak from the heart. And in this case, I want to speak from the heart about Shelley Gross Wade. Because in my opinion, you cannot say Prince George's County without knowing Shelley Gross Wade. She has been a staple in our community, not only from FSC First, but her time in giving back and ensuring that we, the small business, are in a position for growth and educating and training and preparation is Shelley Gross Wade. But what I love most about Shelley is that she thought her retirement through. That she said that I must leave FSC in a good place. And in order for me to leave it in a good place, I have to have a badass woman to lead. I'm sorry, excuse my French, but I said I was going to speak from the heart. And I just know when you have two bad women on the stage, you can't help but get goosebumps all running up and down you. Because listen, when you start talking about succession planning and passing the torch, there is no better woman prepared who has been in the trenches, who has had a great mentor, who has had a great coach. And I want you all one time to stand up and put your hands together for Dawn. So I brought a citation from the state of Maryland, and it reads that it is offered to FSC First in recognition of your 45th anniversary for your decades of training and helping to establish emerging businesses across the state of Maryland, find innovative financing solutions, and to grow. May you continue to be successful and prosper throughout the years. It is signed by me, Delegate Darrell Barnes, from the Legislative 25th District, along with my colleagues, another bad woman is Senator Melanie Griffith, and Delegate Karen Toes, and Delegate Nick Charles. I present this citation to you from the state of Maryland.
Good evening, everyone. All right, Delegate Barnes, I am going to speak from my heart and my notes. It is my pleasure to be here to celebrate 45 years of FSC First contribution to Prince George's County. Let's give that a round of applause. Congratulations to the board and, of course, the capable team led now by Dawn Medley. And, of course, I bring you greetings on behalf of our dynamic county executive, Angela Also Brooks. As Deputy CAO for Economic Development, I have the honor and the responsibility to translate our 498 square miles of urban, suburban, and rural into meaningful economic development. I came to Prince George's County 3 years ago. I started on Valentine's Day in 2020. It was about 3 weeks before the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. I came from a similar position in DC, and I loved working in DC. But I came to Prince George's County because it really is the most exciting place to be in the region right now. In the county government, I work with a cluster of 10 agencies that are laser focused on transforming Prince George's County into a walkable, bikeable, amenity-rich destination that particularly leverages our transit resources and our urban landscape inside the Beltway to deliver more jobs, recreation, and more diverse housing types for the benefit of the county's residents. In that cluster, guiding when and where we make some of the county's most impactful community investments is FSC. Under the leadership of Shelley Gross Wade for many years, and now under Don Metley, FSC has developed a brand that I am proud to represent and to celebrate. In economic development, we tend to be flashy, the showy side of government with all of our groundbreakings and our ribbon cuttings and our fancy renderings of the next big thing that we're helping to build. FSC has not been showy, but they have been the steady, diligent, thorough, and dutiful partner who gets our biggest deals done in the county. They are the administrator and underwriter for our enviable Economic Development Initiative Fund. They use EDIF and other financial resources and partnerships to improve and expand access to capital for minority-owned and socially disadvantaged businesses across the state. And during COVID-19, they shifted their entire business model to deploy almost $40 million in grants to small, mostly minority businesses across the county, preserving thousands of jobs. Now, I told you that I started, yes. I told you that I started right as the pandemic was beginning, so this is how I got to know FSC. When we were all struggling to respond, Shelley Gross Wade, I hope you hear her name a lot tonight, was the steady voice in my ear, and she was teaching me, and as a result, she was also leading me and leading our cluster. Her small but mighty team was behind the scenes flexing every muscle they had to respond in this crisis. Now that team, that's been passed on to the leadership of Don Metley, isn't resting. They are taking everything that they learned about our county's small and minority businesses during one of our weakest moments and strengthening them for the future. When the county executive released her budget a couple of weeks ago, she called it a future-proof budget, one that makes structural investments now to ensure we have a sound future. That's also what FSC is doing, future-proofing our small and minority business community, making structural investments through new efforts like the Level Up program to help insulate those businesses against their next personal and even the next global crisis. Just yesterday, I was speaking with a group of folks in my office and a county business owner who is plugging into some of our community conversations about the Blue Line Corridor. And the conversation turned to, why do we do this work? And the imperative behind specifically making sure that minority businesses have access to this new season of growth in the county. I shared this with them, which I'll share with you. I don't believe it is the role of government to intervene and make opportunities happen for those who already have access and would get those opportunities whether I worked on their behalf or not. I believe our role and our value is squarely about creating opportunity for those who would not otherwise have access. That's how I approach my work professionally, but it's also personal, because I come from people who are just as smart, just as motivated, just as entrepreneurial, but didn't have the right head start. We are privileged to sit in the seats that we occupy. And if we don't use those seats to create opportunities for those who would not otherwise have it, then what are we doing? I am proud to congratulate FSC on 45 years of service to Prince George's County and the state of Maryland, but I am even more excited to think about the next 45 years of service by FSC making sure that specifically the county's minority businesses are ready to grow, ready to build, and ready to prosper. Thank you, and congratulations to the team at FSC.
Moving right along, now I am very pleased to introduce to you FSC First Board Chair, John Hale III.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody today? All right, we're here for a great celebration, so I'm going to thank you all for being here. Again, I'm John Hale III. I have the privilege of being chair of the board of this great organization. As a board, we've been working to improve our strategic plan over the last year to increase our ability to serve the businesses here in our region. We're proud that we've accomplished what we've accomplished as an organization and looking forward to continuing development and the implementation of our plans, particularly developing innovative financial solutions for the business owners in the region. It's been an honor for me to serve as part of the growth of this organization and to see the passion that the FSC First team has, and hopefully you'll get to meet them tonight as well, and helping businesses throughout the region. Many board members are in the room tonight, and I want to thank you for your service as well and your commitment. If you're currently serving on the board or previously serving on the board of directors of FSC First, can you please stand? All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your leadership and your guidance over the years and your commitment to help us continue to grow for the next 45 years. And also, we're proud for all the award winners we have with us this evening. We're proud of the accomplishment that you've made so far in your businesses and your commitment to our community, particularly providing jobs and employing the residents in our community and region, and also your contributions to the community as well. It's a very exciting time to be here. And while we've transitioned from our longtime CEO and friend of Shelley Gross Wade to our new president, Don Medley, who we're very excited to have with us, a 10-year veteran of our organization who brings her creativity, passion, and commitment to our mission as well. We're proud to have Don leading us into the future, and we are excited to see what Don and the team will be doing in the years to come. While we would love to have the Governor Wes Moore with us tonight, we have the next best thing with us. I'm excited to introduce Kevin Anderson, the new Secretary of Commerce for the state of Maryland tonight. And the Department of Commerce and FSC First has always had a strong relationship, and we look forward to that relationship continuing over the years. Thank you for your programming, which is and funding, which is some of the best, most flexible resources we have to lend to the businesses in this region. And also, we're glad that you've decided to take another stint at public service. So at this time, it's my privilege and honor to welcome new Secretary of Commerce for the state of Maryland, Kevin Anderson, to the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
It is a real honor and a privilege to be here. Harold, it's great to see you to be a part of this evening's program. And I want to first thank FSC for inviting me to join. Again, whenever we gather to celebrate, to talk, I think great things happen, and it's just a very, very special time. A very special congratulations to the FSC team. It's a remarkable time. Angie mentioned about transitioning and successful transitioning, and Delegate Barnes did. It's a very, very important thing to do in our community and our institution building. So again, congratulations. And before I get started, I want to recognize my Department of Commerce team. Darla Garrett, my Director for Accounting and Administration, and Del Treese, who's our Regional Manager for Prince George's County. I want you to stand up. Take a quick bow. They're the ones that do the great work and are the boots on the ground, as they say, and it's been a real privilege to work with them as we begin. So on behalf of Governor Moore and the Maryland Department of Commerce, I want to congratulate you on 45 amazing years of supporting businesses, supporting entrepreneurship, and supporting the community in Prince George's County and in all of Maryland. Both Governor Moore and I have been small business owners ourselves, so we get it. We understand the hard work, the long hours, and the sacrifice it takes. We know the passion and the dedication small business owners must have, and we know how those feelings of doubt can creep in. Can I really do this? Should I give up? And because we know these things, we know how important it is for small businesses to have a partner and an advocate like FSC First. You've been a great partner to us at Commerce as a fund manager in our VLT program. You've approved 51 transactions totaling $6.3 million, which in turn has supported 724 jobs and leveraged nearly $35 million in private funding. That's access to capital, y'all. And that's just a fraction of the impact you've had over the last few decades. I know you also support the Prince George's County Economic Development Incentive Fund and DHCD's Micro Enterprise Program. The work that you do to support underrepresented businesses and entrepreneurs changes lives. It creates and supports jobs. It increases the economic power of families and allows parents to build better lives for their children. And by uplifting small businesses, particularly minority businesses and women-owned businesses, you're giving people hope. You're helping show that the American dream, the promise of equality and opportunity, belongs to them too. So Governor Moore and our administration, we made it a goal to grow Maryland's economy while leaving no one behind, to make sure historically underserved and underrepresented communities are getting their fair share of the prosperity and increased quality of life that comes with economic development. And as we work to make this vision a reality, we are looking to the example set by organizations like FSC First. Our administration just got here, and in a way, you've been fighting this fight for almost half a century. And we're thrilled to see you continuing to increase your reach into more Maryland counties, to serve more of our population, and I know you were just approved as an SSBCI lender, so I know you guys are ready to go. The work you do is truly outstanding and inspiring, and we're grateful to be on the team. So thank you for everything that you do. Keep up the great work, and know that Governor Moore, the Department of Commerce, and we stand behind you to continue the great work. Congratulations once again on 45 years, and we look forward to another 45 years of great work and impact in our community. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone, and happy anniversary, FSC First. We are 45 years old and still blazing trails and empowering business. And as the new president and CEO, it remains our passion to lead in championing entrepreneurship, business education, and business expansion. Since 1978, we've been in a relentless pursuit of more equitable, more accessible, and more inclusive pathways for small business financing. Today, we offer over 13 unique programs, and if you wait too long, it'll be 14, because they're just coming out of the woodwork, that have generated millions of dollars in indirect loans to small and minority businesses in Prince George's County and throughout the state of Maryland. These have been a catalyst for hundreds of jobs and for the local community. Programs like the SBA 504, SBA is here tonight, and the Community Advantage Program, also known as our Small Business Growth Fund programs. These support the opportunity for businesses to own the building they operate in and find, it's about ownership. And also find financing for improvements, machinery, equipment, inventory, and working capital. Programs like the VLT Flex Fund, one of our most flexible financing options supported by the Maryland Department of Commerce, that provides business capital needs, and new programs like our Healthcare Capital Fund, supported by the University of Maryland Medical Systems, and the economic development powerhouse that we administer with our sister organization, the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. We administer the EDI fund together. And I won't enumerate the entire list of 13 programs because I could go on and on. But you get the idea. We have money, over 40 million, and we need to get it to you. We need it to get to the small businesses. You okay with that? To that end, as I promised to the board of directors when I became the president and CEO, our FinTech portal is ready to be rolled out April 3rd. What does this mean? I'll tell you. This means that now businesses can receive an instant preliminary approval online. I promise when you do it in 90 days. I put one of my lieutenants on it, Dipti Patel. I said, this is what we got to do. Let's figure out how to get it done. Oh yeah, you don't have a lot of time. That's what businesses want to know. Did I get the loan or not? And I want to know right now. We heard you, businesses. We heard you. And we also heard you when you said we need coaching, we need mentoring, we need training, we need education about the business of doing business. Featured in our annual report, and you've got the QR code on your tables, is the Level Up program that delivers just that. As I look around the room, I see our Level Up partners like Bowie Bick, Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation, Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce, the City of Mount Rainier, Financial Empowerment Center at Prince George's Community College, Seed Spot, College of Southern Maryland, and the Bi-County Roundtable. And I see businesses that have participated and been engaged with Level Up and received that training and mentorship. For many of you, when you first started tuning in to your dream and into reality, you heard terms like debt service, cash flow, and capacity building, liquid assets, and worst of all, credit elsewhere. And if your heads didn't blow off because perhaps they're not familiar to you, that's okay. Level Up's to the rescue. Now Level Up, you're able to learn the business side, the back office side of being a business as you continue to perfect your specific trade, craft, or service. Since the end of our fiscal year in June 2022, where we funded 3.2 million loans to businesses recovering from the pandemic, that was now almost a year ago. But since then, for FY23, we have added another 4.5 million in loan approvals after just 2 quarters. With another 12 million in the existing pipeline, FY23 will prove to be another banner year for FSC First, but more importantly, a winning year for you small businesses. None of this would be possible without our incredible team of finance and operations professionals at FSC First. Team FSC, please stand to be recognized as I call your names. Beverly Everson Jones, Chief Financial Officer. Stu Smith, Vice President of Business Development, also known as the Money Man. Dipti Patel, Vice President of Business Finance. Wilma Pearson, Administrative Services Manager. Kathy Morant, Portfolio Manager. Daisy Namakwaya, Economic Impact Analyst. Jennifer Burnett, Commercial Loan Settlement Coordinator. Audrey Chandler, Commercial Loan Servicing Assistant. Roger Reynolds, Marketing and Outreach Coordinator. Shakshusha Dave, Accountant. James Johnson, Finance and Operations Analyst. Ron Warwick, Commercial Loan Underwriter Consultant. Taylor Proctor, Community Relations Outreach Manager. Nikita Wilson, Technical Project Coordinator. Lisa Wilson, Administrative Assistant. And Christopher Godfrey, who just joined FSC yesterday and will be in the office this month as our new Business Development Officer. We are growing, and I could not do it without them, so thank you, thank you, thank you, Team FSC. I also want to thank Prince George's County and County Exec Angela Alsobrooks for their unwavering support of FSC. She sent us a real beautiful letter. I also want to thank our dynamic speakers tonight, DCAO Angie Rogers, Secretary Kevin Anderson, Chairman of the Board John Hale III, and our MC and Delegate Barnes. So special surprise. Special surprise. Thank you so much. And our MC, the one and only WHUR's Harold Fisher. I don't have the voice. I want to thank our loan review committees and the Financial Advisory Committee. They approved the loans, y'all. Get to know them. Please stand to be recognized. Loan Review Committee and Financial Advisory Committee, past and present. I want to thank the Bankers Task Force that support our Small Business Growth Fund and Community Advantage Program. These are 11 banks that provide $6.5 million to lend to small business, one of which is in the room tonight. Let me see you, M&T Bank. Again, I want to personally thank our board of directors, recognized by the chair earlier. Thank you for your contributions, your time, your talents, your ingenuity, and entertaining my radical ideas to blow the ceiling off non-bank lending. Thank you again for our event sponsors, the State of Maryland Department of Commerce Office of Tourism, Engine, and Nita Armstrong of the Goddard School. Please stand. They're over there. Thank you so much. Thank you for our table sponsors, Prince George's EDC, Velocity Companies, Keller Williams Preferred Properties, the City of Mount Rainier, M&T. Thank you to the Prince George's County Council. And I also, again, want to express my sincere thanks to Delegate Darrell Barnes and Senator Melanie Griffith for their legislative and community support. They're both directly responsible for FSC receiving allocations from the state of Maryland to further our efforts to uplift small, minority, and underrepresented businesses throughout the state of Maryland. And I want to thank you, the small business owners, the ones here and the ones to come. You're the lifeblood and the heartbeat of the community. I'm excited to work for you. Let's go, FSC. Let's keep blazing trails and empowering business. And now the fun part, the awards program.
The first award of the evening is the Minority Business of the Year Award. This award goes to Ryan Wallen and Cindy Chang of Corey's Modern Kitchen and Bar. Chef Ryan Wallen brought his 20 years of restaurant operation experience to Corey's Modern Kitchen and Bar, also known as Corey's, to create the chef-driven concept of American food with noticeable Southern influences. Now, they specialize in bringing high-quality meats, fresh seafood, and local produce that are normally found in fine dining restaurants, but they brought it to a casual setting. Now, they keep their customers' taste buds salivating with menu options such as the fried tomato sandwich, the spicy Creole salmon pasta, and the catfish nuggets, and ain't no collard greens on this thing. Do we need to rescind this? There are no collard greens on this thing.
What about the fried okra?
How about the fried okra? See, a favorite. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll have to talk to them about it. And now, not only do they add flavor to the community, they've also added as many as, and this is really important, 26 new jobs in Prince George's County. Please join me in congratulating Ryan and Cindy and inviting them to the stage to receive their award. Now we'd like to recognize the woman-owned business of the year. Mavara Isaac, owner of Superior Martial Arts Training. Superior Martial Arts Training Center provides martial arts training for ages 5 and up for every skill level. With their holistic approach that's focused on both mental and physical health, they give their students the tools to overcome adversity and reach their fullest potential on and off the mat. They're also a licensed child care facility with a team of professionals that provides more before and after school programs, summer camps, and other educational programming needs for students in kindergarten through 7th grade. With Ms. Isaac's leadership, the Superior Martial Arts Training Center has become a pillar in their community. Along with being a black belt and a Tien Shan Pai practitioner, that's for those of you who didn't know, a northern style of Kung Fu, for 19 years, and an advanced student in Brunei Silat, for those of you who didn't know. That's an Indonesian style of martial arts. Ms. Isaac is also being featured as one of 15 martial art females in a book called Sheroes. She's currently one of our Sheroes tonight. Please join me in congratulating Mavara Isaac and welcoming her to the stage. We would like to recognize our veteran-owned Business of the Year. Now, this award goes to Emmerich Peace and Patricia Long of Keller Williams Preferred Properties. Keller Williams Preferred Properties is an independently owned real estate brokerage located in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and the #1 real estate office in Prince George's County. In 2004, it opened its doors with 28 agents, and by 2018 had grown to 558 agents. Emmerich Peace is KWPP's visionary leader, a retired Air Force veteran serving more than 20 years. He also has over 20 years of industry experience in real estate. Patricia Long leads the day-to-day operations of the 500-plus brokerage and is the key to the Market Center's success, bringing her 27 years of real estate experience. KWPP's impact reaches far and wide. Under the leadership of Ms. Long, KWPP associates have participated in many philanthropic activities, including building homes for Habitat for Humanity, helping to refurbish local homeless women's shelters, providing more than 90 college scholarships for local high school students. Distributing over 30,000 dictionaries to local elementary school students, and regularly hosting free homeowner education and financial literacy classes for a local 501c3 HUD-approved counseling agency. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage Emmerich Peace and Patricia Long. Our next award is for the Strategic Partner of the Year, which goes to David Iannucci and Ebony Stocks. David is president and CEO of the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. The Economic Development Corporation, or the EDC, is FSC First sister organization, and together they work tirelessly to promote the attraction, expansion, and retention of businesses throughout Prince George's County. They're especially proud of the Prince George's County, here we go, 50 million economic development. Y'all got to, come on, man. Can we start it again? Let me start that again. They're especially proud of the Prince George's County $50 million Economic Development Incentive Fund, which FSC First and EDC manage together on behalf of the county. Now, the program has created and retained more than 14,000 jobs and awarded $45.7 million, supporting 62 projects that leveraged over $1.3 billion. The two organizations also band together during the pandemic to dispense more than $37 million to over 1,700 businesses in Prince George's County. With President and CEO David Iannucci and Executive Vice President Ebony Stocks at the helm, EDC remains an ever-present strategic partner with FSC in the pursuit of unparalleled economic development. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage David Iannucci and Ebony Stocks. The next award of Community Partner of the Year goes to Ron Hopkins of the City of Mount Rainier's Director of Economic Development. The City of Mount Rainier's $1 million incentive fund to increase attraction of businesses to the city and to protect and update the many commercial buildings nestled there. Now, the partnership has continued to strengthen and grow as the two businesses advocate. Powerhouses join forces in FSC First Level Up program, which provides small businesses with access to education, coaching, training, and mentoring for efficient business management practices that elevate opportunity and accelerate post-pandemic recovery. Ron brings more than 20 years of business and educational experience to his position of Director of Economic Development. Throughout his career, he's been successful in identifying, spearheading, and completing comprehensive projects while maintaining positive relationships between government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and the business community. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage Ron Hopkins. Now, the next award is for Bank Partner of the Year, and this goes to Pam Scott of M&T Bank. By the way, Pam, M&T Bank has been my bank since I was anchoring at Channel 2 in Buffalo, New York. Back in the look, I think that was last week. No, I think that was pre-iPhone or something like that. I don't know.
BlackBerry.
Yeah, how about that? It was a BlackBerry. Thank you very much. You're right. FSC is truly grateful for its bank partners, and M&T Bank is one of those banks that understands the plight of small businesses seeking capital in the emerging years of business. Now, M&T Bank is one of the 11 banks in FSC's Small Business Growth Funds bank pool that provides financing for our SBA Community Advantage program. With Pam serving as the bank representative for the pool, it takes a special passion about access and equity to be a part of this bank pool. As a senior relationship manager at M&T Bank, Pam Scott has transitioned over 40 years of banking experience in the role of a noteworthy leader in the M&T family. Now, many know her as an energetic team member that's always ready and prepared to close the deal with an infectious energy and drive. FSC First can absolutely verify that M&T Bank, and in particular Pam Scott, has provided the most loan referrals to FSC First for the year. Please join me in congratulating Pam Scott and welcoming her to the stage. And now to present the Trailblazer of the Year Award to Ken White of Maryland's Black Chamber of Commerce. As the executive director of the Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce, Ken White has been a friend and fierce supporter and advocate of FSC First for over 20 years. He has served on FSC First Loan Review Committee, multiple advisory committees, and was the chair of the board of directors. Now, Ken continues to be a major influence in the mission to expand equity and access to minority businesses throughout the state of Maryland. Ken White's career spans over 40 years. Through a junior achievement program in high school, Ken was introduced to business and finance. He began his banking career with Bank of America way back in 1979. He continued with Bank of America and later with Revere Bank in Prince George's County, where he was the vice president of commercial lending until he retired at the end of 2022. Please join me in congratulating Ken White and welcoming him to the stage. And now, I'm pleased to invite Shelley Gross Wade, the former president and CEO of FSC First, up to the stage to present the inaugural recipients of the new Shelley Gross Wade Legacy Award. Now, the first award recipient is Marlon and Deborah Reagan of Honeycomb Nursing and Concierge Service, an African-American owned and woman-led business which is committed to delivering the highest quality of compassionate and discreet nursing care and support to clients. Their company was founded by a registered nurse, I love nurses, who is I know that's right, who is a recognized member of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing, and who has gained extensive experience in medical, surgical, postpartum, home health, hospice, and care management over several years. The owners, Marlon and Deborah Reagan, have been regular attendees at Level Up events hosted by our partners, the City of Mount Rainier, and the Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce. Deborah is the face of the business, which has been in operation since 2020, and FSC First looks forward to their continued success. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage Marlon and Deborah Reagan of Honeycomb Nursing and Concierge Service. Our next recipient of the Shelley Gross Wade Legacy Award is Emmeline Head of Southern Bell Cleaners. Southern Bell Cleaners is an African-American owned woman-founded cleaning company that specializes in commercial and residential in the greater Washington, D.C. area. They have been in operation for 7 years and pride themselves on their experienced environmental engineer janitorial team, and on the use of all eco-friendly products. CEO Emmeline Head has attended several Level Up programs, including those presented by FSC First directly and partners. Emmeline Head established Southern Bell Cleaners on a leap of faith after an 8-year career as an automotive process engineer. Seeing COVID-19 sweep facilities across the area, she saw a necessity for quality commercial janitorial services and desired to create a healthy environment for office buildings and religious institutions. Can I just say that is so important considering the way things went during the pandemic. We had to keep our buildings clean, to not only keep the buildings clean and workers safe, but really to save lives. I just wanted to add that. That is just so important. Emmeline is passionate and enthusiastic about supporting people to live in healthier living situations, and FSC First looks forward to her continued success. Everyone, put your hands together for Emmeline Head. And next, we will have Dawn Medley come to the podium for the Employee of the Year Award. Dawn.
Okay, this is a big one. It's my honor to present the award, last award of the evening, the FSC First Employee of the Year Award. The entire team is amazing, every single one of them. But this one stood out this year. The recipient of this award has been a pillar for the organization for 11 years. The person provides direct support for me, which is a handful, and the board of directors, the other handful. She's responsible for the major aspects of operational support, compliance, and reporting. She coordinates all technical procurement. She recruits and supervises volunteers and interns every year, oversees new employee onboarding. Watch out, Christopher, she's coming. And is the Olivia Pope of 1801 McCormick. Having the magical ability to get issues and roadblocks handled. Please join me in congratulating the Employee of the Year, our Administrative Services Manager, Wilma A. Pearson.